dark. Hare Krishna, everyone. Nama
Hare
Om
Krishna,
Vishnu
Prabhu.
Padaya Krishna Presthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Niti Namine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschate Deshadarine Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Srivasadi Gauravakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare यं प्रवचन्तम् अनुपेतमपेतकृत्यं द्वैपायनो विरह कातर आहुजाव पुत्रेति तन्मयतया तरवो विनेदुस्तं सर्वभूतं हृदयं मुनिमानतोऽस्मि यस्वानुभावम् अखिलश्रुतिसारमेकम् अध्यात्मदीपम् अतिथिशतां तमोन्दं संसारिणां करुणयाः पुराणगुह्यं तं व्यासूनम् उपयामि गुरुं मुनीनाम्. So a warm welcome to all of you for this wonderful session. So today I was I was told to speak something on devotional service. Basically, is a practical devotional service. So we'll discuss till what time is this session for? Anyone can answer? Hare Krishna. Anyone
I think
online?
Prabhuji, I think Prabhuji 1 hour maybe, one
Okay.
hour or 45 minutes.
Okay. So we'll do like this. If we have any questions, we'll take at the end. So now I will begin the session. So very importantly, we have to understand about this devotional service, because in Krishna conscious activities, the most important activity, physical activity, is devotional service. Krishna also says in Bhagavad Gita, Gnana Vignana Sahitam Yagnatva Mokshase Ashubhat. So, from the Ashubhas, Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita, what are the Ashubhas? Ashubhas in our life is birth, death, old age, and disease. When we are born, for 11 days we are impure. Our whole family is impure. We can't go to temple. And when we die, then again there was 11 days we are impure. So we have to understand that during our birth and our death, it's all impurities. So we have to get out of this impurity. Yagnatva mokshase ashubhat. If you want to get out of all ashubhas, impurities, then you have to do what Krishna says, Gnana Vignana Sahitam. You have to do this Krishna conscious activity, do our bhakti, Gnana, by theoretical knowledge. We have to read books, we have to hear classes, you have to make points, we have to analyze, we have to ask questions, we have to try to understand things. Yes, this is one part. The second part is Gnana Vignana. We have to put into practice. That practice is nothing but there's a practical knowledge, the practical devotional service. So even in Krishna consciousness, yes, we have got chanting of 16 rounds or whatever rounds you're all been doing. So Prabhupada prescribes 16 rounds we have to do every day. And we have to take darshan of the Lord, association of the devotees, come to temple, attend the class, attend the kirtan, take prasadam. So these are all different angas of the law of bhakti. But along with it, we have to exercise our intelligence. We have to exercise our senses. We have to exercise our all the parts of the body in the service of the Lord. And that's how we will be able to realize Krishna's presence in our life. This is very much important. Please understand, it is not a dry philosophy. Krishna consciousness is a dynamic process wherein you offer some service. Krishna also says, Bhagavad Gita, Swalpamapyasya dharmasya. So little you also do some service. Krishna also, he will empower you. He will unveil himself to you. You'll be able to see things properly. So as he responds, as and when you offer his service to him. So chanting, association, class, prasadam is all good. But for our chanting to happen very nicely, for our the reading, if it is to understand properly, we have to do devotional service. Just like it is not simply good at simply eating and sleeping, then your body will not digestion will happen. So you have to do some active physical activity where we engage all your senses, engage all your limbs of your body. Yeah, when you do the proper exercise, then what happens? Then you'll be a fit and a very good personality. So similarly, in Krishna conscious activities, devotional service is the topmost priority. Uh, Devotional service, you have to do seva. That is, Prabhupada many times he emphasizes this. So I was just reading one wonderful the pastime from the third canto, 15th chapter. It explains about the description of the kingdom of God. It is from the third canto, Srimad Bhagavatam, 15th chapter. It's about the description of the kingdom of the God. How is the kingdom of God is. So while describing that, basically it comes in the Diti pastime, Diti Kashyapa pastime. So there, how is the Vaikuntha planets? There it has been described there. In that, one of the verses which was very interesting today for today's session. I thought I will share with all of you. It says, Shri Rupini Kwananti Charanaravindam Leelambujena Hari Sadmani Mukta Dosha Samlakshate Spatika Pudya Upeta Hemni Samarjayitva Yad Anugrahane Yad Yatnaha. So it is wonderful words. It is saying Sri Rupini. See, in spiritual world, there is a ladies. That means who are the spiritual ladies? They are none other than the Lakshmi forms itself. They are Lakshmi himself. So Vaikuntha planets, they are beautiful goddess of Lakshmi. They are good goddess of fortune. So herself, she is so beautiful. She is transcendently beautiful, and her hands. The translation goes on like that. So in Samlakshane Spatika. So they have wonderful bangles in their hands, and the lotuses in their hands. And in one hand is lotus, and other hand, what is that? Samarjayitva yad anugrahane. Samarjayitva. Marjana means cleaning. So at one hand they have lotus Lakshmi, and other hand they have broomstick. Uh-huh. So they're sweeping the marble walls. Salakshade Spatika Kshudya Upeta Hemni. Spatika means they're cleaning the Vaikuntha planets so beautifully that it is all everything is shining. The marble walls are shining, and the walls and the floorings bedecked with all the jewels and the golden borders. Everything is shining because the Mahalakshmi herself is cleaning the whole Vaikuntha planet. So why she is cleaning? Mahalakshmi herself is cleaning the whole Vaikuntha planet just to receive the mercy of Krishna, just to receive the grace of Supreme Personality of Godhead. So you have to understand there are the Srimati Mahalakshmi is bedecked with golden ornaments and necklaces and bangles and so many things. She's wearing costly dress. Everything is has there. She has the belt, golden belt, and golden ankles, nupura. Everything is there, and also wonderful lotus in her hand. So, and on the other hand, she has this broomstick in her hand. So, generally, what we see in this material world, if anyone is born very rich, anyone is and in a rich family, who's born rich family, they have a lot of maid servants. There's a maid servant. There'll be a dozen maid servants. Uh, there's a maid servant to wash the pots. There's a maid servant to clean the clothes. There's a maid servant to wash the clothes or clean the house, or so many things like that, and to cook so many things. So here we have to see the Mahalakshmi, who is the better half of Lord Vishnu herself. She is taken a broomstick and she is sweeping the floor of Vaikunta. And the Vaikunta planet is, and all the floor and the walls is has become just like a mirror, shiny like a mirror. So the Bhagavatam is explaining the importance of the cleaning, importance of the devotional service. See, although we have to understand, see, in spiritual world there is no dust like in material world what we have. In material world there's a dust, there's a dirt, there is so much things get accumulated if you don't clean. But in spiritual world there is no dirt, there is no dust, there's nothing like that. But why she's doing? We have to understand. She wants to attract the attention of Lord Vishnu, and she wanted to see the smile on the face of Lord Vishnu. And that is the only intention that Mahalakshmi is trying to broom the floor of Vaikunta. And that there again it says in second verse, it is saying, Lila Mujena Harisadmani Mukta Dosha. Mukta Dosha has been emphasized here, means Lakshmi also has a dosha. What is that dosha she has? That she always keep traveling, chanchala. She never stays in one person's pocket. She always keep moving from one place to other, one place. Today, someone may be a richest person in the world. After 2 years or 3 years or some time, there'll be some other richest person. So she has a dosha, but that Lakshmi in Vaikuntha planet, she's mukta dosha. She's completely free from this dosha. She doesn't has this. So she in material world, she keeps moving from one person to other person. She doesn't stay in one person. She keeps jumping. But in spiritual world, she is mukta dosha, and that Mahalakshmi, she is mukta dosha. At least in material world, we want Lakshmi, we want Lakshmi to puja, and we want money we want opulence, we want wealth, and all those things. We pray to the Lord, isn't it? But that Lakshmi is also has some dosha. But in the Lakshmi who are in the spiritual world in Vaikuntha planets are free from all doshas. And that Lakshmi, what she is doing with the Lakshmi who's in the Vaikuntha planet, she is brooming, sweeping, mopping the Vaikuntha planets. Such a wonderful verse. I got this. So we have to understand, although she is the goddess of fortune, and she is rendering her humble menial service in the spiritual world. So what does it show to us? We have to understand that the greatest achievement for a devotee is to get an opportunity to serve the Supreme Lord in any form, in any way, in any purpose, anyway. So we have to understand that the Lakshmi is trying to show to us, all of us, that the devotee should never miss an opportunity to serve the Lord. It may be in any form. They are cleaning the temple, or cleaning the pots, or the taking care of the chapel stand of public who come, or to do some other services allocated or as it designated by the service by devotees. So whenever the devotees assign you for a service, and you should definitely understand that it is an opulence for you to render such service. It doesn't mean, see, we are there. If we are not there, also service will go on. It doesn't mean that because of us, temple is benefited. No, temple is not benefited because of us. Temple, then someone will come and do service, render service, and service will be done. It's only we will be the beneficiary. We will be the one who get the no, get that opportunity, and we get those blessings and blessings of the Lord. So we have to understand that this service opportunity is not so easily available to everyone. It's only a rare souls, just like we may. No one wants to do some service in temples, that too menially. Who wants to do some service? They want to go to temple, they want to have darshan, they want to eat prasadam, sit for some while, and they take some photos and come back. Who wants to do service? So everyone will not get this mindset. If at all, so Prabhupada is allowing us, allowing the conditioned soul like us to render service. Rishikena sevanam bhaktiruttamam bhaktiruchyate. When we serve the Lord's senses, then our senses becomes purified. So please understand this. So unless and until we don't render service, engage our senses in the service of Lord Rishikesha, our senses cannot be purified, cannot be, we can't realize our spiritual form. So we have to understand that this service is a very important aspect for us to get connected to the Lord. So, in the relationship of devotee with the Lord, with connect both the devotees and the Lord is nothing but devotional service. This is very potent, is potent process. So, Prabhupada many times he emphasizes that the devotional service should be rendered with love. Not okay. Prabhuji has told just like some. CPR hours or something like that in some college, they have to do some social service, especially in these Western countries and all. They have to do some social services. So there, this children who are there in the university, so they are in the company. They are company also. They have some something like that, some policies that they have to go to the orphanages or where it is required. So they do go there, do some service, and take some photos and come back out of the pressure. It is not lovingly. It is not lovingly done. It is out of some pressure they do. Uh, so that kind of Prabhupada says that kind of service is not Lord is looking for. Lord is looking for service should be rendered with love, and that is nothing but a bhakti. That is the definition of bhakti. So we have to understand we all should render our service to Lord with the intention to please the Lord, not to to please ourselves. Uh, so or some okay, I ate some prasadam. Prabhuji gave a lot of prasadam. Let me do some service nicely so that I prasadam get digested, and evening I can have nicely some more prasadam. Not in that kind of mood. So we should render service to the Lord with the intention to please the Lord. That is the only the way, and that is very important in bhakti. What is important in bhakti is the intent is more important than the content. Uh, how much service you do is not important, but what mood you do service is more important than how much hours of service you do. Because I always used to say, Lord doesn't count how many the tears you put, how many drops of tears you put. Lord doesn't count how many drops of tears you put, but Lord counts how many drops of sweat you put. So this always I tell many people. So we have to understand that intention is more important in bhakti. That's how it makes our bhakti more pure enough. So please understand that in spiritual life, it is not armchair philosophy. You got it, and everything's goody goody going on. No, the more and more you start engaging yourself in serving the Lord selflessly, then all the difficulties would all come in. If you are okay in Krishna conscious, everything is going good, everything is happy, people around you are all very good, all those things. That is not real progress. The real progress is when you do a lot of service. See, you can gauge yourself, you can measure yourself. If you have a lot of difficulties, if you got a lot of struggles, a lot of problems, which is coming up in your life, but despite all of those, still you continue to do devotional service, is what Lord is looking for. That it may be half an hour or 20 minutes of service which you render. But that is more important. Just like if you see Ramayana also, the squirrel. What squirrel was putting stones for the making the bridge? Hardly anything. It was just small pebbles, isn't it? But it was very touching story. We all know that how Lord Rama also recognized the squirrel and started, cursing the squirrel. So, in its own capacity, the squirrel was doing. It was very limited. But Lord becomes very pleased with the intent of the squirrel to do seva. So we have to understand that the Lord is not looking for how much great the service you do, how many books you are distributed, how many hours of seva you do, but Lord is only looking for what is our intent in doing that service. Our intent should be only to please the Lord, please the Guru, please the Vaishnavas, and that is the only mood in doing service. One is to do service. Second one is the mood in you do service. Doing service also very good. Our senses will be purified by serving the Lord, by serving Lord senses, and that is true. But to advance more further in life, in Krishna conscious life, devotional life, we have to keep this in mind that with love, with devotion, with affection, with attraction, that we have to serve the Lord. And this is what we have very much important in our life, that intent in devotional service is more important than the content of the service. So here we can also see one more pastime which comes to my mind is during the wrestling match. Krishna fought with whom? With the Mushtika and Chanura. When that was the last attack Kamsa wanted to do. After the Kuvala Pida, the mad elephant was sent to kill Krishna and Balaram, but Krishna and Balaram they killed the elephant. And after that, the last the way to kill Krishna was to get this wrestlers and kill the Krishna in front of Kamsa. So Kamsa wanted this right in front of his eyes. He wanted to see that his nephew has been killed like this. So in that match, you can see that Mustika and Chanura are trying to punch Krishna, and Krishna is trying to punch Mustika Chanura. See, Krishna was very tender age, probably some 11 or 12 years old, just 13 years old. So, young boy. Krishna has a beautiful blue complexion, and Balram has beautiful white complexion, young boys, and they were not wrestlers, having 4 packs, 10 packs, and all those things. But they had a tender body and a soft body, and those Krishna and Balram are trying to punch Mustika and Chanura, and this big wrestlers, Rakshasa kind, this huge builders, and they are the bouncers, what do you call them? They are trying to punch Krishna. And whenever they are punching Krishna, and Krishna is laughing at them. In the Bhagavatam, it explains Krishna is laughing at them. Krishna is laughing at the Chanura and Mustika. And generally, if we get some punches, what will happen? One is humiliation. The second one is the pain of the punch. So here, back and forth, both of them are punching each other. But this all Vrajavasis are watching, all people are watching one another, and they're all making comments. Such a cruel king that so tender boys, young age, and they have been put to fight against this Mustika and Chanura wrestlers. It's so injustice, and they're all talking like that. But Krishna is laughing. Krishna is laughing, and Krishna was laughing. And was Krishna was suffering here? No, Krishna was not suffering. He was not morose. He was not sad here, or he was not suffering from that pain. No, Krishna was enjoying. He was enjoying. He was laughing here. The Bhagavatam says he was laughing. So here, does Mushtika and Chandra were pleasing Krishna? Because Krishna was laughing, right? So you may say, wow, Prabhuji, Krishna was laughing. So Krishna was enjoying Mushtika and Chandra's punches. No, Krishna was laughing. Yes, true. But we have to understand that it can't be counted as bhakti. Is it that because Mustika Chanura were punching Krishna and Mustika Chanura were doing bhakti to Krishna, that's why Krishna was very pleased and Krishna was laughing? No. You have to understand, Krishna was laughing, yes, very much true. But we have to understand this is not counted as bhakti. Because intention is what the matters here. So, because intentionally they wanted to kill Krishna, and that is their intention, not out of love. They are doing devotional service. So they are also doing service. They are serving Kansa by following his order and trying to punch Krishna and Balaram, and that is not considered as a bhakti. Even though they're touching Krishna, they're seeing Krishna, they're hugging Krishna, they're smelling Krishna, everything is Krishna, Supreme Personality of Godhead, right in front of them. Supreme God, they're able to see, perceive, and everything. They could have become devotees, just like Sanaka, Sanatana, Sanandana, Sanat Kumara, these four Kumaras, when they got the smell of tulsi leaves from the Lord's lotus leaf, the lotus feet, they may immediately become devotees in the Vaikuntha planets, doing that Jaya Vijaya, the pastime which comes in. So here, Mustika Chanara are smelling Krishna. The beautiful form of Krishna is Vaijayanti Mala, and his beautiful body, and they're touching him, they're seeing him, they're hugging him. Everything is happening, but still they're unable to become devotees of Krishna. So this is not the great thing to have. You know, yeah, someone say, "Oh, did you see Krishna? Did you see God? Then believe in God. He is not there." Things like people say, make comments. So we have to understand that just by seeing Krishna or just by trying to seeing Krishna, you will not become devotees of Krishna. Uh, so just like Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, when he went to the South India tour, he went with Kala Krishna Das. And Kala Krishna Das was the assistant to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And Kala Krishna Das used to serve Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, wash Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's clothes, cook for him, take his all his belongings, the walk along with him, and everything the Kala Krishna Das used to do with Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. But what happened? When he came towards Srirangam, so he was caught by the gypsies of this some gypsy woman. Gypsy woman, basically she was unchaste woman. So unchaste woman, she caught hold of this Kalakrishna Das because he was very beautiful also, and he wanted to. So this Kalakrishna also went away with her. Oh, woman is calling me. Let me go away. So then Chaitanya Mahaprabhu had to again run back and you have to pull him back. This is Maya. Please open your eyes and get realized, things like that. So just like Arjuna and Krishna also, Arjuna and Krishna were just one furlong, one hand distance between each other. But Arjuna was had a lot of doubts, lot of he was into anxiety, he was suffering, he was struggling from the situation. So you have to understand that just because Krishna is very is right in front of you, you're able to see, able to perceive, it doesn't mean that you become a devotee. You're able to perceive things like that. So it requires a inner eyes. It requires a different way of perceiving the Lord. It's not simply by material senses we try to perceive the Lord, try to grab the Lord, try to capture the Lord. No. So intention is what the matters here. So even though Mustika Chanura were trying to hit Krishna, and they were punching Krishna and seeing Krishna, hugging Krishna, smelling Krishna, everything Krishna and Balram, but they were not doing devotional service. They did not become devotees. Uh, there is not a bhakti because the intention was different. The intention was to kill Krishna. So that is not counted as bhakti. But on the other hand, you can see Yashoda. Yashoda is trying to bind Krishna, and Krishna is morose. Here at Mustika Chanura, the Krishna is laughing because of their punches. And on the other hand, if you see Yashoda, so Yashoda is trying to bind Krishna, and Krishna is morose. So, but that is considered as bhakti. Yashoda's moroseness, Yashoda is trying to tie Krishna, and Krishna is very morose, very much in distress, and that is considered as bhakti. Why? Because the intention was to what? Intention was to please Krishna. But Mustika Chanara intention was to kill Krishna, but Yashoda's intention was to please Krishna. So we have to understand that Yashoda's intention is to please Krishna, and Mustika and Chanara's intention was to kill Krishna. So in our service also, very importantly, that we have to know that Lord, that in the service of the Lord, what matters the most? is our intention. Our intention should be to please the Lord, to please the Krishna, and that is the only purpose of our doing devotional service. The intention is more important than what the content you are trying to do. So the service we should do should have an intention to please the Lord. That is a very important thing we have to do. So Prabhupada, Prabhupada, as I said before, Prabhupada says our service, devotional service should be, our intention should be in the mode of love. Our loving intention should be there. So in that way, then Krishna will be ready to give himself to you. Many times I'm in Boston here, and many times it so happens there'll be no volunteers. And the end of the day, after the temple is closed, there's no employees like in India. We have employees, security guards, and things like that. It's all devotees only do. So many times it so happens after the altar is closed and the screen is put, and there'll be hardly anyone stays back. Everyone goes immediately goes away, and some volunteers will be struggling to some, and the leaders, volunteer leaders will be serving to find some other volunteers. Some coordinators will be looking for some volunteers so to clean the temple, fold the mats, and so make it ready for tomorrow's Mangalarti, next day Mangalarti. But hardly anyone will be there. But by chance, if some family is still seated there, and we would call them, okay, please come, we'll do some service and fold this mats and make ready for tomorrow's Mangalarti. So then they'll be thinking in mind, oh, my God, I what they caught me. Uh, so I have to do them some seva. So that is that in that kind of mood, if you do service, oh Prabhuji, Prabhuji, I don't like this service, but still, anyway, Prabhuji is saying, let me do this service. So that kind of intention is not favorable in devotional service. You have to understand this. It's not a good intention. It grudgingly, sometimes we do, like book distribution, or sometimes, out of competition, let me also do a lot of this, or he's doing more, let me also do. So if we have to do happily, you have to do, not grudgingly. So loving devotional service is law, is what Lord wants from us. He is hungry after that. He is not hungry after our grudging devotional service. So, so intention is more important. What talking was talking about intention was about the love. Just like how we love our wives, our husbands, our children, how we love our own house, our car, our vehicles, how we love our bank account, our money, how we love, isn't it? So you can't say that you and your money are different, or your relationships are different. No, you are seeing that everything part of my life. It is one. So therefore, we have to understand, while rendering devotional service to the Lord, we should, what importantly, what we keep in mind is loving devotional service is what we have to offer to Krishna. That intention is more important. And that is what really makes us advanced in Krishna consciousness. And that's how further Lord will reveal himself in our hearts. And by doing this, all our pains and sorrows, struggles, and all the sufferings which we are undergoing in this material world will all become secondary. You may think, I'm doing devotional service to temple, I'm doing chanting in temple, but Prabhuji, what is this? My mind is always getting disturbed because of lust, anger, greed, envy, and all the troubles and traumas and sufferings and struggles, anxieties are always haunting me. What to do, Prabhuji? So people ask. So people, you have to understand that everything you're doing good, but if you are not doing with the purpose, with the more proper mood, everything is simply mandanam lokaranjanam. It's only for the entertainment you are doing. That's what he say. Mandalam Lokaranjanam. So we should keep in mind that we should not do service to impress someone. Also, sometimes the one more point I would want to mention is, generally what happens. When some people come to the temple and they take some broomstick, and in this showing behind the Lord, showing their back to the Lord, they want to take for some photo, take some photo or selfies. I am also cleaning temple, or I am also mopping temple. Many times I've seen this Tirupati temple, the Tirumala on the top, that golden dome and the main Garbhagraha, they clean once in a year. and a lot of black soot comes out because of the camphor aarti and things like that. Many people on the top of Gopuram, they take photos. They photos and say that I did some service, or they're all the body will be half black, and the all dirt will be there on their body. See this much, so much I have cleaned, and people should appreciate, and they get impressed. They should be impressed. Oh wow, so much cleaning you have done. Half of your body is full of black soot. So people should do like that, and or especially in some festival days, we may generally see. And, recently, I've been to the Millipetas temple. There, the devotee was saying there's one family. That family comes only during a Abhishekam time or some festival time, and they come with dhoti chadar and everything, and they want to stand in front of the deities. Take some then where you come in the photo, you come in live cameras and things like that. So that kind of devotee service is not good. That is not at all favorable for our spiritual growth. So you have to understand that we should be not looking for such attention from the people. Uh, and they say no, you should give donation from one hand, and other hand should not know how much you're given donation, how much you're given in charity. If you're doing charity in some in one day, we have you two hands. They say exactly. I'm not getting that the quote. They say this: if you're doing charity in one hand, other hand should not know how much you're doing the charity. So like that, you have to do devotional service, not in the mood of, let people see how much I'm doing service. Let me, we may not get into taking photos or selfies, but we'll go to a mood wherein we may do little more extra service where people notices us, or Prabhuji will say, very nice service you're doing, very nice, you are very good doing service, and we feel so happy, so contented, so fulfilled. Oh, Prabhuji has mentioned, see, some Mataji has appreciating my service. And this kind of service is really not pleasing Krishna. So we have to understand that service should be selfless. Should be done in very, you should not have any expectations or in returns. Just like when we do book distribution, you may feel, oh, I get this prize or that prize. So without any expect, one more point I want to mention is we should not any do service expecting something or in return, something in return. So we should be always be unmotivated, unconditional devotional service is what Prabhupada right from the beginning he has been explaining. Bhakti means what? Bhakti means devotional service, not devotion. That's what I'm saying. No, Lord is not counting how many drops of tears you put, but Lord is counts every drop of sweat you put. So please understand, we have to do unmotivated, unconditional devotional service. Bhakti is really this. This is real bhakti. So very much important in our life that Krishna gets pleased by this kind of service, by this kind of way when we render devotional service to Krishna, and Guru will be pleased, Guru Parampara will be pleased, and they bestow the mercy upon us, grace upon us, so that we get taste in this in the process. Otherwise, the things goes on. Actually, I've seen many years, and people come with all vigor, with all strength. They come with whole family. They become devotees, put kantimala, tilak, sari, dhoti, and after some time they are lost. They are no more seen. For probably when 2 years, 3 years they come. After this, no more seen. And when sometimes on road or somewhere on the way, if I meet them and I say, "What is this, Prabhuji? You are not coming nowadays. I'm not seeing you in temple." They say, "Prabhuji, I don't like the systems which are there in the temple. I don't. The devotees, they try to. They are chastising me. I don't like that." Hey, Baba, You are coming to get chastised. Please understand. You're coming to the temple to get chastised. To become humble. You're coming to temple not to become king, not to increase your false ego. You have to dovetail our false our ego in the service of the Lord. So please understand the doing devotional service not for someone's purpose, so for someone else. Devotional service for the Krishna's purpose, Krishna's pleasing Krishna is what we have to do devotional service. So when you're coming to temple, you should not look for that, this, all the dirt. Dirt is there everywhere. So when you're trying to look for all those things, obviously that would become big and will show you up. And you're coming to temple to render that selfless, unmotivated, unconditional service to the Lord. This is a platform for you. Just like if you want to do some, you want to learn cricket, you have to go to a stadium, or you have to go to a good pitch where you have good pitch, where you'll get to know how the ball spins, how the ball turns, how the ball moves, so that you become a good batsman. You can't sit in the house and learn cricket. You can't sit on the chair and or read the how to learn swimming. By reading, you can't learn swimming. So we have to understand that we have to come out from the comfort zone. So we have to comfort for when you come out from the comfort zone, then you will be really because this is comfort zone is what people start appreciating, loving you. Oh, beautiful service. They appreciate you. So you may be motivating someone else, and then Prabhuji, I got motivation from you. Doing so much service. All this are all basically like Maya. It is all roadblocks for our progress in spiritual life. So we have to understand we should not here for any self promotion. We are not here for any selfishness. No, it is completely free from all motivation. Krishna conscious activity is completely free from all motivation. We should all become humble in our life. Is what the Lord is looking for us. Only this one. So please understand that we are not looking here for coming to a temple, get some prestige, because generally after marriage, after having children, the people say that if you are devoted, if I go to temple, people think, he is very good. There he is now devotional. He is a sattvic. He is a traditional man. They appreciate that also. So not because of any prestige of the society or status in the society that you are going to temple or doing some service in a humble way where no one notices you. And that way you have to do devotional service, not to become popular, not to become famous, not to accumulate the name and fame that we are doing devotional service. So this is very important in our life that we have to do this selfless devotional service so that we can become very dear to Guru and Krishna. And there's one Subhasita sloka. So it says this whole material world, all the energies of Krishna, all the emanation of Krishna, anything which is coming from Krishna is not having for its own. Just like mango tree is produced, doesn't mean the mango tree eats the mango by itself, or the river doesn't drink the water by itself, or the cow doesn't drink the milk itself. So this is a natural phenomena, or the sunlight, it is, or the moonlight, or the clouds showering rain, or earth giving the crops. Everything it is for someone else, selfless. So we have to understand this is a natural phenomena is what to be selfless. We have to see once in the material world, it's a selfless. How much time and energy it takes to make a fruit, but the plant doesn't suck away all the nutrients or things like that. So the natural phenomena is to be selfless because it is emerging from or emanating from Krishna. And we are also emanating from Krishna. We are also part and parcel of Krishna. But we have become separated from Krishna. We have to understand that. Since we can become separated from Krishna, because of a selfish nature, we are all suffering in this material world. So the main purpose of Krishna conscious activities become selfless. Selfish attitude, it does not it is not a real characteristic of a jiva, of a soul. So please understand this, that unless and until we don't get into this kind of mood, all our service is simply mandanam lokaranjanam. It's just for entertainment, or for someone's for our popularity or someone's glorification, for our glorification, we are doing this. So having said this, there's lot many things to other discuss. Since it's already 8, we are supposed to end by 8:15. And now, what is the time now? 8:20.
8:18.
So, do anyone of you have any questions regarding this devotional service?
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Yeah.
Prabhuji, we see this word devotional service everywhere, and
Yeah.
sometimes we hear this practical devotional service as well. So, no, wanted to understand, is there any difference, or is just an adjective, or we want to maybe highlights something uh, specific?
Yeah, see, Prabhupada was very much specific in anything when he used to convey. So Prabhupada says that practical devotional service. So there's a practicality there. So people say, be practical, man. Don't be in your own world. So mean to say, practical devotional service also means, be natural, be open, and you not that you are trying to do something out of someone's pressure, or things like, or grudgingly, as I said, grudgingly you're trying to do something, but be practical. Be practical means natural. So practical devotional service, so there's no difference between the service and practical devotional service there. But when Prabhupada is trying to use those terms, it automatically means that when you're doing devotional service, practical devotional service means, also means, which is selfless, unmotivated, unconditional service. One is theoretically you understand, and practical also means, you see practicals in our college days. What is that? Unless until you know the theory, first there will be theory. There will be a science teacher. She will teach all the observations. So in the classroom, and after that, that observations practically has to be experienced in the labs. So the practical, that's called as practicals. So theories happens in the, so here also very much you have to read Prabhupada books, you have to hear classes, associate with devotees, ask questions, Atado Brahma Jignasa, all those things should be there. At the same time, those what you have learned has to be put into practice. That is practical devotional service, I would say. So there can be many shades to it, but more or less it is all like this, that what you have learned, that you put into practice. That will be a better practical devotional service. Because you have not learned anything, then what you are put into practice? How it can be practical? So otherwise you will be doing in your own way. Those are again concocted. So you will be concocting your own system of devotional service. So you should learn from the authorized source, and whatever the authorized source I ask you to do, you have to do the devotional service. And if you are don't, if authorized source has not told you anything, we should ask for the service from them. So that's how they would guide you further to do a devotional service. Yeah. Anyone else?
Thank you,
Okay,
Prabhuji.
so I would like to give you darshan of the Boston Radha Damodar temple here. So I hope you're all are active watching this. So I will just go to the altar and give you a darshan of Radha Damodar, so you all can pray to their lordships, so that you give all progress in devotional service, and please the Lord by our devotional service. So I'm just going there. You're able to see the deities? Hare Krishna.
Yes, Prabhuji.
Anyone?
Hari Bol, Radha Krishna Chandra
Everyone say
ki
Hari
jai.
Bol.
Hari Bol.
Hari bol.
Hari
Hari Bol.
Bol.
Hari
Hari
bol.
Beautiful
Bol.
deities here.
Boston Radha
Radha
Hari
Krishna
bol.
Damodar.
Chandra ki jai.
Radha Damodar.
Radha Damodar ki jai.
Radha Damodar
Radha
ki
Damodar
jai.
ki jai. Hare
Radha Damodar ki jai.
Radha Damodar ki jai.
राधा
Yeah.
दामोदर की जय राधा दामोदर की जय
Hare
There's a
Krishna, Hare
Prabhupada
Krishna.
here.
प्रभुपाद की जय
Vishwaguru Srila
Jai
Prabhupada
Srila
ki
Prabhupada
jai.
ki jai.
विश्वगुरु श्रीला प्रभुपाद की जय.
Jai.
So, Bundandan Namaskaram to his feet. Okay, all. Thank you so much for joining.
Please
and,
share
we'll
the
meet once
pictures.
again. Sorry?
Prabhu, please share the pictures of Radha, Damodar, and Prabhupada.
Yes, yes, yes. I will share the pictures. Thank you all so much. Shila Prabhupada ki
Thank
jai.
you, Prabhuji. Hare